Hey guys, it's Manager Kiley, and in today's video I'm explaining to you how to score a deciding set for USA Volleyball. So today I'm going to go through how the score sheet works for USA Volleyball for a deciding set, and I will have linked up in the iCard the score sheet for the non-deciding set for USA Volleyball, along with some other score sheets related to volleyball. I do have videos for the NCAA and how their score sheets work, along with a libero tracking. But if you're interested in more sports administration, coaching tips, and drills that you can use with your team, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to go through how this score sheet works. This is very similar to the way that the regular USA Volleyball score sheet works. However, the teams do switch sides in the middle of the set, which does influence the way you have to score it. It is also very similar to how the NCAA scores their deciding sets in the ways that the two teams switch sides. Now let's dive in and show how the score sheet works. So this is what the deciding set score sheet looks like. It is very similar to the regular set, so the non-deciding sets. The only big difference you'll see is down here there are 3 columns instead of 2. A lot of times this will be printed on the back of a non-deciding set score sheet, but I'm going to go through and show you how we fill this out. The first thing you're going to fill out is a lot of copying. This is copying things from the previous sets. So the first things you're going to copy, if there's any sanctions, you're going to copy those. I currently don't have any listed, but if there's any sanctions, you want to just copy those straight from the other set. The other thing you're going to copy is the name of the competition and all of that for the heading. So I'm just going to put in the competition, and I'm going to make up that it's called Winter 2021 is the tournament name. It's in town, Mass, because I'm Massachusetts based. The hall, I'm going to leave that blank, but you can fill out all this. We can say this is level 2. Pool phase, you can say 2. You can just put all this in. We'll say it's women's and we'll say it's juniors. And then you do also want to fill out the date. This will all be given to you, and it will be on your non-deciding set score sheet. So we're just going to say the date is 2/1/21. The court number is 2, and the time that it started is 1400, which is the same as 2 p.m. because they do use that for the clocks. You then want to add in the referees' names again. So we're going to say it's Joe and John. You're going to put your name in the score, and the work team we're going to say is red, and then the region, I'm going to put New England. And then you want to add the set. So the big difference for this is this sheet could be used if you were just playing a single deciding set. It could be used if you're playing best 2 out of 3 or best 3 out of 5. We're going to say we're playing best 2 out of 3, so this would be set number 3. So all of this upper section is just copied over from the non-deciding set, and that's where you kind of get it. The only thing that's different is right here, so you want to put this in at the end. This will tell us who won everything. That you put in the end, but the rest of it is just straight copy from the non-deciding set sheets. So now the focus is going to be on these 3 boxes on the bottom. So we are going to put in our teams. So you're going to get the team's rosters. And the big thing to understand is that this team and this team are the same team. So we have the roster for Lightning, which is going on this side. And then we have Thunder, who's going to be the other team. They are in the middle. Lightning is also going to be put on the far side. So now that you have the names, you need to understand that these are the exact same rosters. So when you get handed their roster, you understand that this is Team A, and they did get received, so you want to check off that. And then this is Team A, you're going to put that in the box, with Team B, who has serve. It's a lot of copying between these 2 boxes. You're going to put, if they have a libero, we're going to say it's number 2. And then on here, we're going to say that the libero is number 11. And then on this one, you're going to also, it doesn't have the libero because it's listed over here. We're then going to put in our rosters. So for this one, the roster is 5, 3, 7 captain, 12, 4, and 18. And you're going to straight copy that right over here to 5, 3, 7 captain, 12, 4, and 18. And again, you're just getting that straight off the roster sheet. And then in the middle, you're only putting this once for this Team B, and you're just putting their straight roster, which is 21, 5, 14, 8, and 2 is captain. So you have all their rosters in. That's where you need to be. And now the set would start, and the big thing to understand is that the first half of the set you're only worrying about these two boxes, and the second half of the set you're only worrying about these two boxes. So you're going to focus on these two. There are some things that you need to write in this third box during the beginning, but you're really focusing on the game happening on these two boxes, and then it will switch over to these two. So then the game happens, you do the same thing, so you got to start off and say this, because they've received, there's no service there. You do not put that X over here, you just only put that X over here, and then the events happen, so we're going to say, I'm going to just fill this out to say that the game has been played, and the key is you're switching at 8 points, so understanding that when you get close to 8, you need to pause. So we're going to play this game out till it gets close to 7. So some of the set has been played, and the score is currently 7-7 with number 12 of Lightning serving. So the big things that I'm going to show you on this that get transferred over. So when a team calls a timeout, if Lightning calls a timeout, their timeout gets written in both spots. Substitutions get written in both spots, both on the counter and on the chart. So they are written on both spots so you understand when the subs happen. The other thing that gets moved over is the libero tracking triangle. So if a libero is to serve, that triangle gets moved over. One thing that doesn't get moved over is the points before the change. This part doesn't get moved over. You will be putting the points in this little circle, and then you'll just be continuing on from there, so that doesn't get moved over. So the key thing to understand right now is it is 7-7. So there's two scenarios that could happen in this point. Because it's 7-7, that means that we are going to be switching sides after the next play, because one team will have reached 8 points. So I'm going to show you the two different scenarios. The scenario one that I'm going to show you, I actually have two sheets ready to go. This scenario is going to be that Lightning scores the 8th point, and then the other scenario is going to be that Thunder scores the 8th point. So the first one is that Lightning scores that 8th point. So the first thing that's going to happen is number 12 is going to serve the ball, and the play is going to happen, and Lightning is going to win the point. So you're not going to put anything here because number 12 is still serving. So the first thing you're going to do is you are going to cross off that 8th point right here. You're also going to put in this point at change bubble, you're going to put number 8. And the last service to end for Lightning was actually number 7 service when they ended with 5 points. So you have this 5 points right here. You are going to move that over to this box right here, but you are not going to cross off that first serving box. And number 12 is still serving, so you're going to leave that, and they are going to continue to serve. And that's everything that gets moved over, and then you just continue the game. So you say the next point happens, okay, Lightning loses that point. Now it's 8 points for Thunder. You're going to put the 8 that Lightning has in their little box, and now number 14 serving, and you continue to score the same way you would score a regular match. Okay, now Lightning wins the next point. You're going to put a number 8 here, and you are going to cross off that 9th point right here to continue. You now have number 6 serving, so you're going to cross off the 1 there, and you continue going until the end of the set. The other scenario you have is that Thunder reaches that 8th point first. So with Lightning serving, okay, number 12, say it's a missed serve, and they end at number 7. Well, now that means Thunder is getting that 8th point. So you're going to cross off the 8 for Thunder, and you're now going to move over Lightning. So the last points that they received in one of these boxes is 7. Under number 12, you are going to put the 7, and the points at change is 7 for them. So they are just moving over, and now you're just focusing on this side. You have number 14 who's serving, serves a couple points. Let's say they get to 9, so you get 1 more point. They get to 9. Now you have number 4 serving. You cross off the 1. Say they score 2 points, so now they are also at 9. You're just going to cross off the 8 and the 9, and you're going to continue scoring this part of the sheet the same way you would the regular set. So just understanding that it's whatever team reaches 8 points first, then you need to move everything over. And once you move everything over, then you just tell the ref that you're ready, and then they'll continue the set. So going back to this original sheet that has all the other information on it, we're just going to go back up to the top and say the set is over. We'll say Lightning won 15-10. You're going to put the team that won. So the team that won was Lightning. The team that lost was Thunder. You're going to put that they won 15-10, and the match winner was Lightning, and they won 2 sets to and they lost 1 set, so it's a total, they won 2 out of 3. And then you're going to have everybody sign it, and it's all set. So it's the big things to focus on is understanding which team scored that 8th point and which team needs to be switched over. Lightning, the team that's on the side, is always going to be the one that gets switched over, but understanding who scored the 8th point and what needs to be switched over. Another big thing to understand is the substitutions, on understanding that they need to be marked on both sides. Same with a libero if they are to serve, and a timeout. So those need to move over when they initially happen. You just write them twice. And one more note I will make is for best 3 out of 5 or best 2 out of 3, you do switch at 8 for your 15-point game. If you're playing a 1-set playoff to 25, the switch will happen at 13. That's why the score goes to 13, but it's the exact same thing. It just happens at 13 points instead of 8 points. And if you have any questions on this, definitely let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to answer any questions you have, and definitely check out that video on how to score the non-deciding sets. That will make this seem so much easier, and you'll understand the basics of scoring. This video I just focused on the actual switching that happens, but understanding the basics of how the set is scored will help you a lot in fully scoring this whole deciding set. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions about this score sheet, definitely leave them in the comments down below. I'd be happy to explain something in more detail if you're interested. And definitely check out those other scoring videos to see how to score a non-deciding set for USA Volleyball, along with how the scoring works for the NCAA. It's definitely important to understand how each league's score sheet is slightly different and the ways and what they focus on their score sheet. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.